Thanks for coming out and watching the oxymoronic Reddit Professional Show, where I showcase the best and worst of the internet. Here I comment on brilliant and hilarious comment chains regarding dumb shit on the internet for you to enjoy. Make sure to subscribe, hit the little bell button so that you get notifications every time we come up with a new video. Enjoy this week's show.
Stop spending money on food. By a crockpot. Holy shit at the money people spend on food. And I was the exact same way when I landed my first job out of college. You know what I'm talking about: biscuit and Starbucks on the way to work, lunch out with co-workers and pizza and beer at the local tavern for dinner. Every night, all week, professional money spender. And more beers and dinners on the weekends. Woohoo. Wait, where did all my money go? And how the hell did I gain 40 pounds in 6 months? If you're nodding your head, you've fallen into the brand new job big salary eat out because I can trap. And you have to stop it. It's killing your bank account, it's killing your financial freedom, and it's killing you. Literally, I was on the edge of type 2 diabetes and had hyperglycemia during routine physicals. What you need to do, stop eating out. But how? How do I stop eating out? Fast food is so good, and cooking is so hard. Well, first off, not really. Yuri, just attuned to that garbage food. You're going to break free of both these stereotypes, and someone has already invented it. Crockpot. It's the crockpot. 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 Maybe you call it a slow cooker, but I'm from Georgia and here it's a crockpot. Stop. If you do not own a crockpot, I highly recommend you go buy one from Amazon and buy the biggest one you can afford. Get one with a timer that switches to warm after the cook settings. Just Google it, cause mods don't like links. Boom. $39 investment. We're going to make that back in 3 days. Are you ready? We're going to make enough food for dinner and leftovers for lunch. I'm going to give you some of my super secret I eat this every week crockpot meals that are delicious, cheap, filling, and easy. Yes, the crockpot makes all of those possible. Meal 1, thick cut pork chop with potatoes and carrots. Servings, 4. Ingredients: 1 can beef broth, 50 cents. 1 packet brown gravy mix, 50 cents. 1 packet onion soup mix, 50 cents. 1 package of 4 thick cut pork chops, $7. 6 carrots, 50 cents. 4 large gold Yukon potatoes, $2. Sack O salad, $2. Total cost for lunch and dinner, $13/4, about $3 each. Spray or wipe crockpot with cooking oil. Add beef broth, gravy mix, and onion soup mix and stir. Place pork chops in broth. Chop carrots and potatoes and add to top of pork chops. That's it. Prepare this before you go to bed for the next day. Put it in the refrigerator and pull it out in the morning. Cook on low for 8 hours. When you get home, make your salad and dig in. Use the leftovers for lunches and / or dinner for during the week. Meal 2, sausage, potato, and kale soup. Servings, 4. 1 pound Italian sausage, $4. 1 white onion, $1. 1 32 ounces box of chicken stock, $1.50. 1 bag of pre-washed kale, $3. 3/4 cup heavy cream, $1. 5 large gold Yukon potatoes, $2. 1 head of garlic, $1. Total cost, about $14/4 equals $3.50 a serving. Brown Italian sausage with chopped garlic and chopped onion. While meat is browning, add to crockpot the 3/4 cup of heavy cream, chicken stock, and chopped Yukon potatoes. Add browned sausage and top with half the bag of kale. I get 2 recipes per bag of kale. Prepare this before you go to bed for the next day. Put it in the refrigerator and pull it out in the morning. Cook on low for 8 hours. When you get home, dig in. Use the leftovers for lunches and / or dinner for during the week. Meal 3, super awesome easy chili. Servings, a lot, 6 to 8. I eat this all the time and it's delicious. Stores really well in the refrigerator, and chili gets better over time. 3 cans of black beans, $2. 2 cans of hot chili beans, $1. 2 cans of red kidney beans, $1. 8 cans of diced tomatoes, $6. 1 pound of ground beef, $4. 1/2 cup of chili powder, $1. 1/4 cup of garlic powder, $1. 1/4 cup of onion powder, $1. 3 tablespoons of cumin, $1. 3 tablespoons black pepper, $1. Edit, the spice proportions are correct. This makes nearly 2 gallons of good, about 7L. Edit, salt to taste, $1. Total cost equals $20/8 equals about $2.50 per serving. Drain the tomatoes and kidney beans, but don't drain the black or chili beans. Brown the ground beef. Add everything to the crockpot and stir like crazy. And that's it. Prepare this before you go to bed for the next day. Put it in the refrigerator and pull it out in the morning. Cook on low for 8 hours. When you get home, dig in. Use the leftovers for lunches and slash or dinner for during the week. It's easy, guys. It's really easy. You spend 15 minutes a night and you make tons of food for lunch and dinner and you save a lot of money. And it's good for you. Better than Wendy's, that's for sure. And it's easy. Stop spending your money on eating out and go full crockpot. I am much happier and much wealthier. Man, you guys have some really good prices on food. Just a can of broth is $1.75 where I am. Where are you? I'm in Canada. I'm sure mousse and maple syrup would taste just great cooked on low for 8 hours. Add a few snowballs for broth. But that's what I had for breakfast. You forgot the pot roast. 2 to 3 pounds of chuck roast. Slow cook sauce packet. You can make this yourself, but I'm lazy. Cut up 4 medium-sized potatoes. Cut up some carrots. Cook for 8 hours on low. You will eat for days. Leftovers are good as a warmed sandwich. Where the f*** is the onion? Also, try searing it and throw some red wine in there. I DK exactly how it work with a crock pot, but I do it in a Dutch oven then bake for 2-3 HRS. Longer is better though. Just made it a couple times when it was the only meat and nobody thought ahead. Way better than the standard pot roast immo. Oh man, I forgot the pot roast. I also eat this all the time and it's amazing. I usually only make it when I catch a chuck roast on Manager's Special, though. This basic recipe works for almost all beef/pork roasts. Thanks for adding. I'm going to say this because your target audience probably doesn't do much in the kitchen at the moment, but brown the meat and sauté or brown your aromatics before throwing them into the crock pot. If using spices instead of packets, either bloom them for a moment in a hot pan or crush them in your hand before adding them into the pot. This will keep the food from tasting homogeneous. And add acid but not the hallucinogen. I know. It's a crockpot meal. It should be a dump and forget kind of thing, but I hate when my food has the certain crockpot gene sais quoi. My college go-to, and even now, 10 years later. Chicken breasts and a jar of your favorite salsa. Cook on low for 6 hours. You now have falling apart, shredded salsa chicken that is great by itself, with cheese, on tacos, on nachos. Pretty much whatever. It's my go-to potluck food too. 30-second prep time. If that. This was funny. Thank you for the random post. That chili sounds really good. So many budgets here are ruined by food consumption and I have to preach the crockpot gospel. The chili is the best and I lived off it for many months. Add Fritos, cheese, and sour cream if you can afford the calories. Honestly, crockpots are good, but pressure cookers is where it's at. Don't get me wrong, crockpots are good, but they take too long. If planning and preparation is the main contributor to eating out, then it doesn't help in that regard. A pressure cooker has all the same advantages but compressed into 20 to 40 minutes. They cost about the same, or if you want to splurge, you can get a crockpot/pressure cooker combo, but they cost more. They are very fast, so you can still use those cheap cuts of meat to make stews for example, but in 30 minutes instead of 2 hours. Same goes for certain veggies and stuff that can take a long time, dried beans, that kind of thing. It expands the possible repertoire of dishes you can prepare in 30 to 40 minutes to include things that would normally take a couple hours or more. They are usually pretty big, so you can prep several days worth of food. I find the texture of the resulting meal to be better since you can pressure cook the meat and sauce, and then add in vegetables at the end so they don't overcook and turn to mush. You can use it like a normal pot if you don't want to use the pressure valve. So if you're reading this and thinking, 8 hours? Ain't nobody got time for that, you should look into pressure cookers. It almost felt like I was reading a commercial to buy a crockpot. You caught me. I've been lurking for years to sell you a crockpot. A whole chicken is my go-to. A whole chicken is between $5 to $7 depending on size and I rub random spices on it I have in the cupboard and cook on low for 8 hours. It's 2 breasts, 2 thighs, and 2 wings. Typically I eat it with root veggies on day 1 then shred it and make tacos or pasta on day 2. Shredded pork is another recipe. Get 1 pork loin, 2 bottles of barbecue sauce, and 1 can of root beer. Cook on low for 8 hours and shred. I serve on buns on day 1 and make cheese melts, grilled cheese with pork and a can of soup on the side on day 2. If I have enough for day 3 nachos. We then take the carcass and make chicken stock. Any cool recipes for us vegetarian folks? I'm a college student that relies on a slow cooker and also vegetarian. This is 3 days worth of food for me and is one of my favorite foods. Rajma recipe. 40Z can of kidney beans, $4. 4 ounces tomato paste, $2. Rajma masala, $5 on Amazon, should last you a long time. 1 tomato and 1 onion, not a lot. Jeera, I think it's just cumin seeds, $8 on Amazon, should also last a long time. Salt, oil, butter. Which you should at least have this stuff. Rice, cheap. Yogurt is optional. Put the beans in the slow cooker for 2 or 3 hours, add some water until the beans are covered. In a small pan with the gas on medium, put enough oil to cover the bottom by a good amount. Once it's hot enough, 1 teaspoon jeera, it should be sizzling, then add diced onion. Once the onion looks clear, add the tomato. Fry it until the tomato is soft, then put it in the slow cooker. Add a spoon of salt, a spoon of butter/ghee, and a big spoon of rajma masala. Eat with rice, and also yogurt if you want. Definitely not bland, but also not very spicy if you eat with yogurt. The salt/butter/masala ratio is probably off, but I'm still trying to get it right. My mom told me this recipe so it won't taste as spicy as restaurant rajma. Try it sometime and send me pics.
If you enjoyed this week's effective way to waste time, hit that like button and subscribe for more content like this. If you are enjoying the series, leave me a comment below. A special shout out to the content creators. You frickin' rock.